So something interesting is that it said the regions closer to the equator will generate more boost. That's because they benefit from the rotation of the Earth. So really, we should be focusing on that. Anyway, welcome back to Terra Invicta. We're just getting the ball rolling on our mission with Project Exodus to get the hell out of here. But I was looking at that thing saying equatorial regions giving more boost, and I'm wondering if maybe we can eke out a little bit. You see, we've got a little bit more capacity for control points. I'm wondering if we want to capture something. I remember earlier, it's already been captured. Indonesia was on offer. Pacific states are gone. We could look at getting some of these African equatorial regions. It looks like a couple of them have already been picked up. Kenya is not a bad idea. It's one of the high power economies in Africa. And Nigeria is available as well. Cost 10, cost 6. South Africa is also available. Where I am from, it's not a bad idea, though. The capacity for boost in the Middle East shouldn't be too bad compared to like Northern Europe. So if we developed, in like Yemen and Oman and Saudi Arabia, it might make more sense instead of branching off into, unclaimed regions that we're not going to get the ability to join up. Because there are texts we can get later which will give us unification capacity through large areas of the Middle East. Though I think we would need to get Turkey, and Turkey is capped up. So when I look at boost income, I don't think there are any nations other than French Guiana over here, which does have boost, and it does give a fair amount, actually. That's why they built it there. Yeah, I think that's the only nation with boost capacity. And you just need to focus on the one region. I get sidetracked. You can look at the unrest, and we can see we've got problems in Afghanistan, problems in Yemen. Syria, we don't have. Xenoforming, I think we fixed that up last time over here. Don't think there are any other issues at the moment. The initiative got huge potentially in Afghanistan. Servants have got a lot of Iran. I guess that's because that's where the aliens initially landed, wasn't it? You've got alien life forms in Syria. We need to deal with that. Okay, let's just give a quick update on the state of the world. Aliens, we've got that crashdown site in Russia that we still need to investigate. And alien life forms in Damascus. We need to deal with that. Factions, a lot of agents that we don't know anything about. Yeah, we just don't know much about our competitors at the moment. Global, the Russia-Ukraine war is still carrying on. Global warming, things are slowly increasing. Don't remember what it was last time, but you could compare. Seems like the tooltips are fixed from the last time we played, so that's great. Cool. Okay, so we've got 2.6 boost. Soon we should be getting the tech to go to the moon. That's the current global research, I believe. Mission to the moon. That will be completed in June 2023, just a few months from now. Then we can do probes, and hopefully we're going to be able to get one of those sites that actually has water. Otherwise, we're going to be at a disadvantage compared to our competitors. We will get the inner belt or inner solar system asteroids available, and Mars and such. But the benefit of the moon is it's nice and close, so it doesn't take us about, a year or two to get there. So Mars, we're going to get the potential for a lot of resources there. Like, we definitely need to set up a good outpost or 3 there, because there's massive amounts of waters and volatiles and stuff available there. It just takes a long time to get there. Once we've got a setup that has some stuff going on, it'll be a lot easier to do things in space. But as it is now, getting a little bit of a bootstrap on the moon would be ideal. So let's unpause, get the next assignment phase over here. We still don't have enough ops to get this thing investigated. That does suck. I realized last time I've been doing the protect target, and I've just been clicking on Kazakhstan. What I should actually be doing is protecting our Baikonur, because they can have sabotage missions done on that. So we really would want to protect that specifically. We can also do defend interests over the whole nation, which I think is a good idea, especially now since we did get that other counselor. So doing a defend interest just over the whole nation.
Securing our interests.
We have the money now.
Reporting in.
We can do an assault alien assets in Damascus over here. She's a lot more useful than now that she has this. Unfortunately, it uses ops, which we are currently saving up for that alien investigation. So with 22% chance, it's just not really worth it. So we can look at what is available. We might want to, I remember we were talking about capping up some of these countries fully, maybe focusing on getting Finland and Czech Republic, maybe Italy sorted, but Italy is contested. Let's just have a look what is available around here. I think by now it should have all been pretty much snapped up. We've got the Southern Balkan states. Romania is available. Not the highest chance, but it is there. We could get a point in Poland, though it's already contested and our success chance is pretty low. We can also look at this guy because he does have a slightly better control nation ability in most places. No one's got Denmark, and still no one's got Greece. Though I feel like we should just stick to what we know and stick to our guns and get the Middle Eastern area. Russia, we really want to contest that and get it. Now, if we could get China, that would be absolutely incredible. You can see just how many control points they've got. They're very expensive control points, 28 each. But they have such high income, research. Look at that. The potential there is enormous. So what might be worth doing is getting this person who was doing public opinion here. We can actually probably take you off public opinion in Oman. We can look at some of our other countries. We want to get public opinion up. But we can see if you can do a public campaign in China with any degree of success. If we spend a fifth of our money almost, we only get a 9% chance. So that's not great. We need to get her persuasion up. That's the stat that influences. You can see it over there. So if we could do something to get your persuasion up, we don't have any orgs available at the moment. We could increase it a little bit with experience later on. Senior computer scientist, I believe that's new. I don't think that was in the demo. Here's some science, which is great. Yeah, there's still some tooltip issues. This now national hero has got some issues. Remember, this is an early access game, so they're probably doing like localizations and things still, so that messes with things. XP 30, so you can maybe get an upgrade. Like, just spending straight up points on traits is not bad, but I feel like you can get a lot more of those points just from getting an org. And getting some of these traits can give you access to some very specific, useful ones. So he doesn't have any interesting ones. You've got Sea Dragon over there. Just makes me think of For All Mankind and that rocket. Anyway, I'm not going to upgrade him immediately. I want to figure out what we're going to do with him. So China could be a good long game over there. Get China. We could maybe intermediately look at India, or we can just use her and look at our nations and see. Jordan is the lowest. Jordan, Baltic states, Afghanistan. And they're actually going down. So that means there's probably the enemies doing something there. Wow, look at that. The academy is huge there. So I think let's do a public campaign in Jordan. We don't need to we can maybe put a little bit of money. 10 cash.
We must persuade the
Pretty
people.
minor at this point in the game. We can do some stabilizing with you, or we can surveil. Since we do have alien stuff happening here, it's not a bad idea to do some surveilling, but stabilizing our own nations is a good idea. I think it was Afghanistan and Yemen. Yemen's going up, so maybe it would work to do that with them. Cost ops, so we're not going to put money in there. We're just going to do it. And you, I would still love to do the alien asset thing, especially since this is now an alien in our region of operations. Unfortunately, we can't. You can see just by having a little bit of unity going into this place, their public opinion of us is going up. Saudi Arabia should perhaps be our next target because it's, you know, one of the biggest economies here in the Middle East. Success chance is not great. I would have loved to have got Turkey. However, that has already been snatched up, and Iran is already there. I guess we're going to go for Syria just because we have more chance there. And we've got some alien activity there, so let's see what's up.
Bringing them to our side.
Supply depot project. So that allows us to refuel our rockets and all that. Xenoforms are growing explosively in Riyadh. That's not good.
Our presence is growing.
Did get Syria. Yeah, well, let's get Saudi Arabia now because it seems like stuff's happening there now as well. Freaky deaky. Let's get this dude. We can finally do the investigate alien activity in Russia, so get to it, bub.
Alien site. Where to?
We can do defend interests. Though I'm wondering if you would be better off getting Saudi Arabia. We have got 12 points. We can just afford one control point in Saudi Arabia at the moment. Only 15% though. Got a pretty high success for a purge in the Alpine states, which is, I believe, a sort of conjoined country there. Purge out the resistance and take our place there. Though that would cost us 10 there. Is it worth doing that? I don't know. We could just use them and say go do unrest in Russia. The success chance is really low. Let's just see what our others can do. I think you just need to keep doing your public campaign here.
Our story.
I feel like getting Kenya or Tanzania might not be the worst because the equator goes basically right through Lake Victoria, I think. So all these countries are equatorial. And we've got a 61% chance there. We could go for the Great Lakes States. Jeez, tongue twister. Kenya gives a little bit more. It costs 6. I'm rather tempted to do this, but I think it's a stupid idea right now. Maybe if at some point we need a lot of boost, though we'd need to build it up, but we'd have to do it from scratch starting space programs. So oh, you can actually get a lot of research from Indonesia. There's a lot of territory for building a space infrastructure there. Maybe I should have taken that opportunity when I had it. Anyway, sabotage facilities like the highest. We could do contact with someone, do a diplomatic exchange. There's a person from the resistance who I am not opposed to. I would actually rather like to become friends with the resistance. Let's see what happens if we do contact with them. I believe that is what the symbol is hidden behind the check mark there. Maybe it would be a good idea to have the check mark off from the symbol because it's kind of hard to see there. We can do, I think, a non-aggression pact, which might not be a bad idea because I'm not opposed to opposing the aliens. Armed vigilantes are accosting civilians looking for alien thralls, arguing the authorities are ineffective or compromised. Groups of armed civilians in Yemen have begun challenging other civilians to prove they aren't working for the aliens. The targeted civilians are often members of religious or ethnic minorities. Of course they are. And there have been multiple incidents of violence on the streets. They're doing their part, monitor their efforts. That's all we have the option for. Increased unrest by 3. Recent alien activities are revealed. So there is a bonus to that. These are not trained investigators, just thugs. Detain them. Costs 10 ops. These vigilantes are interfering with our plans. Make them disappear. Cost 10 ops. Changes democracy score and reduces unrest. These are our kind of warrior. Recruit them to our cause. Gains an org in the faction pool. Event unlocked Inquisition if we were humanity first. Well, we can't do anything else, so we have to do that. Alien abductions have been reported. So we did get something. We're receiving reports of possible alien abductions in the Sana'a region of Yemen. At least we got a benefit for that. That's a kind of cool picture there. Little alien abduction there. Woo, 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 woo. I want to believe. Do we really? So we got this little floating alien orb animation now for abductions. Trade negotiations.
Appreciate that you see the threat the aliens pose. But we don't think leaving Earth is the answer.
Personally, I agree, but that's not what I'm playing. So, we can ask for a non-aggression pact. They're going to need more to trade. I would rather like if perhaps they had a, hey, what would you want for this button? Like some games have for these sort of negotiations. We have a lot of money that we can offer them. They actually have 0 boost. We have that one org. They have a bunch of different orgs over here. Someone who can do a public campaign, that would be massive. Ooh, and it's got mission control as well. We need another mission control. Influence, Steel Project. Perun based on the channel. Perun, who plays a lot of Terra Invicta as well. Mission control. What would it take? We could give you, let's see if we can give you 7 influence. How about 100 monies? 200 monies, 500 monies, 1,000 monies. I'm even willing to go up to 2,000 monies. If we gave you all of our influence, still not enough. I would love to have another mission control. Oh my god. Because we need that for controlling stations, habitats and all that. So, and we remember last time we were kind of struggling how we're going to get that because it costs so much. Would we be able to go even if we gave them all our money? No. If we gave them 1 boost, all our boost, yeah, okay, we can't afford it. No, we're not going to give you a boost. No, we're not going to give you all our money. We might give you like 10 influence, 5 influence, 1 influence, no influence, but 50 monies. 10 monies? 1 monies? That feels a little bit broken, but we can actually buy some ops from you. I'm not opposed to spending a little bit more for ops because we are running short on that. Cool. So we got a non-aggression pact and we got some ops. What's this? Over 97% of viewers are not subscribed? Jeez. Please. No. Kind of expected this, but violent revolutions in Yemen. We controlled one control point, now it is uncontrolled. Just because unrest got too high. Maybe someone was putting influence on there, like the initiative, because they've got a lot of control there. Does suck, but yeah, it's fine. It's freed us up some points, so we'll see what happens. Not the most valuable nation for us at the moment, so...
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Look, I'm not playing a super optimal game with this because we are going for... So we're not going for a super optimal playthrough because we are picking some countries that maybe don't have like min-maxed incomes and all that. But thematically, since just going for one block seems like a good idea.
Of course there was an accident. Frankly, I'm surprised it took this long. Just get the recovery crew in there to salvage the gear ASAP. Worry about the bodies later. The delays are costing us. Chairman Soren van Wyk, Internal Memo.
Anyway, okay, so a global research has completed. Scientists around the world have gained an understanding of deep space propulsion concepts. The Resistance contributed the most research to this effort and has selected Deep Systems Skywatch as a new direction for global research. Leaving Earth is one thing, colonizing nearby worlds is another. Reliably and rapidly traversing the infinite expanse of space is yet another, and perhaps the toughest of these nuts to crack. Our current spacecraft and engines are capable of no such thing, at least not for any useful length of time. The major stumbling block is fuel, with our current sources constrained both by the storage and propulsion limitations. It is a problem the world's finest engineers and physicists have long labored to solve, and they now believe that a pathway to next-generation propulsion systems is open to us. Efficiency is the foremost avenue of their exploration, increasing the speed and longevity of propellant while reducing the wear and damage to our ship's drives and nozzles. Now that the essential concepts are established, our researchers believe that there are 3 possible paths to tread: electromagnetic, electrostatic, and electrothermal. Each has its own advantage and will depend on prior discoveries in other fields. The following technologies may now be researched: advanced heat management concepts, electromagnetic propulsion, electrothermal propulsion, and nuclear fission in space. Orion Drive, baby. So yeah, different paths or for rocket technology, and it definitely is a thing that we want to get for efficiency. The tyranny of the rocket equation, as they say. The more mass you have, the more thrust you need. The more thrust you need, the more mass you need. All that sort of stuff. So efficiency help reduce the necessary fuel and all that. Electromagnetic, electrostatic, electrothermal, all electro in the name, as you see, because you can use electricity to drive some of the components of the engines. So maybe you don't need to carry as much on your ships. It really depends. You can maybe get some solar to power up your engines as well, and your ion drives, and all that. We'll see what we get up in there. I did find an interesting chart online discussing the different engines. There's definitely some way better ones that we want to get up towards, but this is just the start. So that's now researching mission to the moon. We've got another. Oh, it's actually accelerated a little bit. Next month. Ours is taking a little bit while to get there. How is our contribution looking? Looks like we're second or third in most of the places, most of these techs. So we're not the worst off. Look, the servants don't actually put any research in. Are they getting it from the aliens? Interesting. I actually hadn't noticed that before. Okay, investigate alien activity mission is complete. We've learned some useful information and a small bonus to our xenology research.
Cleaning things up.
Acquire some new orgs, perhaps. We'll see if we can actually afford any of those. We actually can. The Oliver Project, surveil location, still project, investigate alien activity. Gives science income, gives engineering. I think that allows us to do new projects. Aegis division gives some income, some command and security. Costs a lot of money though. These two don't cost influence though, so we can just buy them up. We do have a lot of money. Let's see, this guy's got 3 command. 3, 4, 5. So you, if we gave you Aegis division, you generate ops for us and you would get some more command and security. And you've already got boosted command, so increasing the security might help. It's quite expensive, so it might not be the most efficient purchase, but now she is improved. More command, more security. Command is going to help with her fighting alien missions. And this, the Oliver Project, surveil location, steel project, investigate alien activity. And she can't do any of these. And we were complaining about her being a little bit useless, so maybe if we gave her 3 new missions she could do, and a lot of science and stuff, though maybe it would be better to give this to someone who has science, because if you get more science, percentages go up. So she's got 2 science, you have got 6 science, you've got 1 science. So if we give you a science-based project, we'll get more benefits, because this science will do plus 1%, so plus 7% on 25 research is probably better. Investigate alien activity she doesn't have. Surveil location she does have. Steel project she does have. So she would just get the investigate alien activity added on, while the other one would get more missions, though we would benefit more from science on you. And thematically it makes more sense for the tech mogul to have science than the person we're focusing on command. So we're going to do it this way. More science focus than mission focus. We do want to get some science. And having someone else who can do the investigate alien thing is good. Got another alien activity. This is our thing over here. We do have 5 ops now because we bought it over there. So I'm going to use him to do it because I want the other person to do public opinion stuff.
Acknowledged.
So let's just quickly take a look at our nations. Afghanistan, Syria is still super high. Iraq is going down. So yeah, do Syria.
Making our case.
We can try get Yemen again. We can maybe go for Saudi Arabia. Might actually be a good idea to switch the map to faction control now, so we can see which nations are fully capped, because it is starting to become a thing. I might do a surveil location because we've got this abductions happening here.
Eyes up.
We got a little bit more chance of these ones in Syria. We do have a little... No, we don't actually have any ops. 28%. It's not going to cost us anything, so let's do it. There's a really low % chance, though. You're getting a nice influence income now, though.
We laud the Romans for assimilating, rather than exterminating other nations. But we should not forget that their siege weapons were terrible things to behold. History is littered with accounts of opponents simply surrendering as they watched Roman catapults approaching their walls. Colonel Hans Castillo guest lectured to officer candidates.
Mass drivers. The Resistance contributed the most research and has selected mission to Mars as the new direction. So, mass drivers. No matter the technological advancements we might yet make, our ability to voyage through the stars will be inherently limited by what the human body can endure. Mind resources are not, however, at risk of liquefied internal organs during high-speed space transit. Mass drivers employ electromagnetic acceleration to essentially hurl unmanned cargo through space at breathtaking speeds, charging and then firing their payloads in the manner of a catapult, albeit one fueled by vast amounts of electricity and capable of firing its shots across millions of kilometers. Think giant railguns and coil guns are launching your mind resources from a body to its location. But they can also be, weapons. While mass drivers are not a new concept, our latest breakthroughs enable us to instantaneously feed them far greater quantities of energy than ever before, thus enabling the rapid, long-distance transport of exponentially greater masses. The most immediate practical application of mass drivers is to ferry essential and precious materials mined from asteroids and other heavenly bodies back to Earth with a minimum of delay. This technology will bring about a sea change in our ability to replenish and grow our local resource stores. Further research should be able to refine and even miniaturize the concepts behind mass drivers in the hope of integrating them into weapons capable of truly devastating punch. The following technologies may now be researched: space mining and refining. Looking forward to that. And then we're going to get rail guns and all that sort of tech. And look at that, we do have, I forgot to check this, we do have another research here because we got an engineering project. We did want clandestine cells to get another counselor. Space dock would be nice, though we're currently not utilizing it because we don't have any points put into it. I may want to get Outpost Core accelerated a little bit because the mission to the moon is going to come before we have the ability to build outposts. It takes, I think it's about a week for a probe to get from here to there, so we should just get it in time then. I don't think this alien assault mission is going to have any success, but we'll see about these alien abductions. We're going to find out some interesting stuff. Ooh, we got something spreading over there. Hey, wow, it actually worked. Our assault on the alien lifeforms in the Damascus region was successful. We estimate we reduced the alien flora and fauna in this region by 17%, but it's likely some still remains. Some success, though. I wasn't expecting any, so that's great. We do have spreading alien lifeforms over here, so we've learned some useful information in the investigation, so that's great. And we've completed an objective. We've completed the Investigate Alien Abductions in objective. Although we cannot rule out the possibility of a hoax, a statistically significant quantity of animals and humans have been reported missing in the area surrounding the alien spacecraft's crash landing. Although our researchers are far more interested in the possibilities of the alien technology, it's probably worth taking a closer look. New objective, research the alien methods. We have gathered a huge amount of data and reports concerning these so-called alien abductions. Winnowing accurate information from the chaff of exaggerated and sensationalist stories will take time. Research the Alien Methods project when it becomes available. So the campaign objectives at the moment are research alien methods, research alien origin, and salvage alien technology. So pretty much research the aliens. Stuff is happening. We're figuring out some stuff about the aliens, but their motives are still a huge, huge mystery to us. Okay, Alien Methods project has become available. Allows the faction to detect alien contacts with humans. So we might want to replace this audience research with the alien methods things. I'm not going to... Well, let's see. What happens if there's a 5-day change on our other thing? We'll keep that prioritized for now. I would like to get Saudi Arabia. I would like to capture Iran back. Well, we never had it, but you know what I mean. Pakistan... might give us a bonus to both China and India. India does have a bit of boost available. But stabilizing is also a good idea. I think it's easier just to take a look at the list. Afghanistan, Syria. Syria is increasing. Afghanistan is going down. I think we do it in Syria. Costs ops though.
Your orders?
You were doing it there anyway, so I think it's fine. Let's just look. We may not have changed our priorities here. Yeah, we didn't. That's the problem. We want to get a little bit of unity going in there so that we can stabilize the place. I didn't actually check these things. There's a lot of micro involved in the game. You need to check every country you get, and it's easy to forget. I should actually probably set a default for our things, for developing nations and space flight nations and stuff. So you can see we're almost at about 5 of cohesion in Kazakhstan, and that's generally where you want to leave the value. If it gets too high, then people will become very stifling to thought, which can reduce innovation in a country, so less research. If it's too low, however, then you're going to get unrest and stuff. So it's a little balance. You want to keep it sort of middling value over there. I would like to get Turkey, so I might want to increase unrest in Turkey. No, it's too low chance, it's not worth it. Let's avail
Target area.
Saudi Arabia. We've got
What's
some
the
interesting stuff happening there. And you can go for Saudi Arabia perhaps and attack some of the stuff there. I'm going to try go through a little bit faster so we can actually get into space, you know. That's where the interesting stuff starts happening, in my opinion.
The people will come to our side.
Public support increased in Syria. Great. Let's do it again though.
The LZ is secure.
Success in assaulting alien life forms reduced the alien flora and fauna in this region by about 23%. So some still. But that helps keep it from becoming absolutely terrifying. We'll see later on what happens when that happens. Great sentence. Let's go for the stuff in
Going in
Jordan.
hot.
Potential new orgs available. So let's see. The Valhalla Strategic Relations gives influence, income, and persuasion. +4 unity. So who do we want to get persuasion up on? I think these two are ones that we're best at converting countries. Though this one also is pretty good. Though maybe we want to get their focus to be on science and investigation and focus some of these other ones on persuasion. Diplomats with higher investigation seems like a good idea, and now we've got a public campaign for him as well, so he's a little bit more useful in times of non-capture. What are our chances of even getting America at this point? China and the United States are both at 0%. So public campaign might not be a bad idea to get this guy doing. Baltic states, Afghanistan, Slovakia, Finland. Might be a good idea to get Finland liking us a little bit more. And the chance is actually quite high. And it looks like we didn't adjust this place either. Because I'm a big dum-dum. Take off spoils. I'm going to reduce, make Finland into a science nation perhaps. We do have a nice influence income now, so maybe we start doing some defend interest missions in some of our bigger places like Portugal.
Making things safe for our people.
Trillions of dollars just sitting up there, yet still the regulators drag their heels. Maybe it's time I treated the president to another golfing weekend. Chairman Soren van Wyk leaked private correspondence.
Corrupt bugger, isn't he? But, yeah, let's go to space, guys. Let's go to space. We've completed the global research of Mission to the Moon. The Academy contributed the most. Selected vacuum electrostatic principles as the next direction, so for space engines. We may feel we know our nearest neighbor well, yet our visits to it were far apart and fleeting. The moon is a natural staging ground for missions to other worlds in the solar system, as well containing boundless resources of its own. So it is high time we attempted longer-term habitation upon its barren surface. The rare earth metal deposits and water housed there would be of significant benefit to both lunar colonization and orbital construction efforts, freeing us from the need to expensively and slowly transport critical resources from Earth. The moon may not seem as enticing a trophy as Mars, Venus, or beyond, but we would be foolish to squander the wondrous opportunities it presents us with. Untangling decades of international regulation concerning its exploitation will be no easy matter, however. There are some interesting space treaties going on, but this tech allows us to send probes to Earth's moon and construction of habitats on the lunar surface. And then the next technology available unlocked by this is Ad Astra, to the stars. Take me there. So we will get Outpost Core in 2 weeks-ish, but we can zoom out now. And if we go to Lunar, we can say, hey, launch a prospector probe. Launch a probe to prospect base sites on a planet, moon, or asteroid. You cannot build a base until the space body has been prospected. You need to figure out where is actually a good place to build it. And you'll see this costs us money and 0.5 boost. It takes 19 days. Okay, a little bit longer than I thought. There is an aspect of launch windows, but for the moon that doesn't make a huge difference. It does affect the costs and times for launches to things like Earth, Mars, transfer windows and stuff like that, which the game gets into and is kind of interesting, and we're going to have a look at that. Maybe we can even bring up some pork chop plots. Anyway, let's launch a probe. Hopefully we can snatch up one of those good sites. Probe launched. A probe under the control of Project Exodus has been launched towards Lunar. It will survey potential mining sites and allow the construction of habitats on the surface. Take me there. Yes, please. Take me to the moon. And you can see all the sites. None of them available at the moment. Though the two ones we're going to be most interested in are at the poles. We've got Peary Crater and Shackleton Crater, which are, I believe, the ones on each of the poles. Because they have craters in permanent shadow, they're always in darkness, so the water doesn't evaporate, so there should be ice reserves accessible to mining there. We're getting there, so 19 days we should get access and see if it's 3 or 8 or somewhere between, or 0 or 10 or somewhere between units of water at each of those spots. And we're going to go for the highest one. There's not a huge variation either way for the other resources, though we might have fizzles, we might not, but really we want the one with the highest water and the highest volatiles as well. Volatiles being, well, we can just hover over the tooltip and see what it says. Volatiles are highly reactive substances like carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur, chlorine, phosphorus, and many compounds, including hydrogen, critical for life support and self-sustaining space habitats. Carbon may also be fashioned into high-tech armors. Increased support in Finland. Increased it in Syria. We believe we have wiped out the invasive flora and fauna there in Amman.
We'll be ready for
Excellent.
new orders.
I'm going to tell him to go to public campaign in the Baltic states, because we don't have much support there. You did defend last time, so maybe we get you to do something interesting. I'm going to defend interesting in
things safe
Afghanistan
for our
because it is
people.
our weakest at the moment.
Ready.
Go kill some aliens. Let's give you some ops points to spend. Let's give you 2 ops points to
Heading to
spend.
the LZ.
Let's do one more public campaign here and then we can move on. Actually, no, we're getting Unity going in there, so maybe it's fine. Maybe it would be better to get people in Afghanistan to like us more. And we can pop in a little bit of money.
I will try to sway the public.
Ooh, we got another alien fleet coming into Earth. Well, it's another alien ship. Victor 3. Where are they going to crash this time? We should be getting our probe anytime soon. Rapidly landing in Salta.
Securing our control.
Defend interests. Salto is in Argentina. Okay, that makes sense. Wreckage is unrecoverable. We suspect an alien life form escaped into the surrounding countryside. What do they look like? Okay, so we don't have anything in South America. Probably a good idea to investigate anyway. Let's hope we can get to the moon today. Whoop. We've completed the Outpost Core project. Bases may be founded at HAB sites surveyed by probes or ships. An outpost may have 3 additional small modules and a mine. Allows our faction to found outposts. So the Outpost Core, we can build it in space for the cost of 1 volatile and 1 metal. It's a tier 1 module with 5 crew, weighs 20 tons. Each month it costs 3 money, 1 mission control, and 0.15 water and volatiles. So now we can assign additional researchers, and we want the clandestine cells, and we've got the alien methods over there. So I'm going to now even these out, because I do want our research to also go to the global stuff and have some sort of competitive ability there. We could, say, hey, everything goes into global research, but then our own stuff suffers, though we might have more chance of picking the direction of things. I'm not sure that's what we want to do. If we see a specific thing, maybe we want to put more into that. I think for this point, just keeping things balanced is a good approach. So we should hear back about our probe. I forget what day exactly, but it should be any day now. And then we can hopefully afford to start an outpost there if the resources are good.
The people will come to our side.
Public campaign success in the Baltic states.
We've moved the needle.
And Afghanistan, very small, but something. 10 June, here we go. Probe arrived. A probe controlled by Project Exodus has arrived at Lunar and completed its scans. We may now construct bases there with the appropriate colonization technology. Monthly resource production for each site is listed below. 7 water at Prairie Crater, 14 at Shackleton. No volatiles, however. 14 water is 100% worth it. We should get enough back from that to be able to do something. And it has a little bit of fizzles and decent metals. So what we might want to do is go for Shackleton Crater, and I'm not sure if the volatiles are worth it at the others. I think we need above about 3 for it to be worth it. But water-wise, yes, even 7 might be enough. But Shackleton Crater, 100%. We're going to go for that. Shackleton Crater over here. Unfortunately, Outpost Core costs 9 boost. We don't have 9 boost. Darn. So we rushed for the tech before we got rockets that are able to actually do this. There are techs that can reduce it, but we don't have those techs, so there's no point. That does suck. 9 boost. So we're just about halfway there. We could look at increasing, well, we don't even have enough mission control, so it's fine. We can look at purchasing boost from others, getting that organization from the resistance that gives mission control might be worth spending it, but they didn't seem to want to sell it because I think mission control is so valuable there. They're like, nah, brah. If we do direct investment of boost in, it costs a lot of money though. I'm going to do it. And let's see, we're currently at 2.6. We're receiving 0.33. Let's see what happens. Did anything? Do we have to unpause?
Target secure.
Assault alien mission complete. Success reduced by 15%. Some still remains. Maybe this only updates at the end of a month. End of a cycle. Some new orgs available. Srivatsa Investments gives admin, reduces income, however, by a lot. Caledonia Systems, Steel Project Public Campaign gives investigation and espionage, and income does cost a little bit of influence to buy. Who doesn't have Steel Project and Public Campaign? So you've got Public Campaign. Wow, you've actually got quite a long list of missions available, but you don't have Public Campaign. We don't really have people I want to put a -10 on. Though having a lot of admin is nice. Reducing income by that much You see, we're at plus 43 and reducing our entire income by 10. It's iffy. Since you don't have an org, let's give you this. Does cost a bit, but now we've got a public campaign on you. Make you a little bit more versatile and just improves your stats as well, because your espionage and investigation are now a little bit improved. How's people's XPs? You've got 40 XP available, which means we can see if Puppet Master removes connected. So we'll get an additional 5 influence, plus 1 espionage when being detected. Could also get you affluent, just more money. I mean, we already have control nation, so it doesn't really matter, but more influence is more better. I'm going to get it. You can tell me if you disagree with my decisions and why I'm doing it wrong, but I think it's a good idea. Just double checking that no one else has anything that we can specifically do. Crash down site investigation. We don't have enough ops to do it again. I think you should just do a public campaign here again. Who can we contact? Is that, I can't read what that says. Is that the servants? I'm not sure if I really want to deal with the servants at this point. And go kill them instead. No. We can do an investigate, surveil location around the alien crash site, which I think is a good idea. I was really hoping to get to the moon today. Maybe we can still do it, but I'm going to run out of time. Liquid hydrogen containment project gives you more efficient rockets. Oh, we've got alien abductions happening in Ethiopia. Alien base has been detected. We've detected a base belonging to the aliens at Sagalo crater on Haumea, I think. Haumea? Tell me how to pronounce that, because I do not know. Alien station detected there as well. And another alien base at Zhao Zaxum. We've detected a base belonging to the aliens at Ian Banks Mons, named after the author at Namaka.
How could one so young, coddled as you are by the modern world, begin to understand what war is? I did what had to be done. Closing your eyes and wishing the monster away only makes you an easier meal. Colonel Hans Castillo, during a war crimes trial.
Okay, so we got all of that because we just the world just completed the Deep System Skywatch. The Resistance contributed the most and has selected space mining and refining. Great, because that's what I would have wanted. So now we can see into the Deep System. Living with the certainty we are not alone requires we change from observing the cold worlds of our outer solar system when it suits some scientific purpose to actively monitoring them as an intelligence gathering operation, like sentinels on the watchtower. With Earth and space stations constantly in motion, doing so requires an integrated network of sensors and analysts ready to investigate whether a transient blip is a small and simple chunk of nickel and iron on a grand journey through the universe or an alien spacecraft coasting towards Earth. Allows Faction to track alien vessels and structures anywhere in the solar system and immediately reveals all alien vessels and habitats within our detection range. So, things are out there. The aliens have bases and they're spreading. So, Namaka and Haumea are minor planets, or whatever they call them these days, out in the outer solar system, and you can see that these ships are coming out from there. We've got several, actually. We've got Victor 7 here, and we've got Victor 3 here in Saturn orbit, Victor 4 out there in the same distance, and Victor 6 as well. These all coming to Earth orbit. This one is actually traveling to Despina, which is a moon of, is it Neptune? Yes, I'm right. It is Neptune. Haha! I know my space. So they might be expanding out to the moons of Neptune next. Makes sense. Going inwards, just like we'll be going outwards. And this might be a good place to end things off. It is an odd-shaped planetoid, And they have got a big old space station here. Alien Space Station Able. Able to do what? And we can have a look at it. And it has got a bunch of stuff on it. We've got the Alien Ring Core, Alien Fusion Reactor Farm, Alien Battle Station, Alien Nano Factory, Alien Space Works, Alien Fusion Reactor Array, Layered Defense Array, Reactor Array, Shipyard, lots of defenses, and it says there a combat value of 4K. Unfortunately, we didn't get to the moon today, but the aliens seem to be getting to many places. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to call that it. Anyway, thanks for joining in. Let me know what you think I should do next. I really want to get onto the moon and Mars and start advancing our technology. Really enjoying this. I hope you are too. Thank you for all the support, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.